Hi, Cinda Sells here, and we're going to have another episode of Cinda Tells TV. Today I'm going to address some of the questions that we have during our buyer consultation, and one that is very popular is what's the difference between backup and pending on a contract or a status change in MLS. So I'll digress a little bit here and kind of explain that fully. When we are sending out our buyers listings that have come on the market, and we do that through the multiple listing service, so we put them into that, we put them into a search criteria, and when a new listing comes up on the market, it shoots it out to their email. So since the market is so fast-paced right now, they may have gotten that listing yesterday as active, A, and then they go back to look at it today and the status changes to a B, which means a backup, or a P, which means pending. So here's what you need to know as a buyer when you're looking at these. If the house goes into a backup status, which simply means that the listing agent has changed the status to indicate that the house can be shown for backup offers. What that means is the house has gone under contract, so there is now a fully executed contract between the buyer and seller, but they are saying that another buyer can come in, another potential buyer can come in and look at that property and make an offer on that property as a backup to the first one. So in order for that second backup buyer to come into play, for that contract to come into play, the first contract has to fail. So when if you decide you want to do that and take the chance to write a backup offer and get it, and it's negotiated just like it was a first offer, however, it can't come into play until the first one fails, then you just need to make sure that your buyer's agent knows what's going on with that first offer. So here's what I mean. We don't ever want anyone to waste their time. And so I generally put, when my houses go under contract, I do put them in a backup because sometimes the first one does fail. But if a buyer agent calls me and says, how strong is your contract? How strong is your contract with this home? Is it worth me to do that? Then I tell them, I say, well, you know, it looks pretty good right now, but, you know, send me an email. I'll keep you updated on the status of it. If I think it's going to fail, I'll call you. Or they can actually put in the offer, and it'll be there until that property either flips or they get to come into play with their contract, and that changes, and then you go forward with the backup contract. Okay. And if you've got any other more questions about that, then just reach out to me on my office number or my email. Now let's go to pending. Pending really means that there's no more showings. So you cannot make an appointment to show a pending contract. The agent has put out there, they've changed the status to indicate that this is a solid contract and this seller does not want any more showings, so you cannot write an offer on it. Now, I guess your buyer's agent could call that listing agent and say, we know it's impending, but we want to make an offer on it just in case something were to happen. You could probably do that, but chances are that's not going to be the case, and again, we don't want you to waste your time. We can move on with something else. However, you know, things happen in this world. We never know if it's going to, what could happen. So I hope that helps explain the difference between a backup offer, a pending offer, and what your position as the buyer coming in after that is. If you have any other questions on that, you can always reach out to me on my office number at 816-600-7355 or on the web at cindasells.com. Hope to hear from you.